Here we go again with liberals falling for the trap and working against their own good. I swear to God, a lot of y'all forget the significance of what's happening here, and y'all are falling for the BS. Currently, right now, we have a lot of people on the left, media pundits and, I guess talk show hosts like Bill Maher, political pundits like Cenk Uygur. I hope I said his last name properly. But you have individuals like them pressuring Kamala Harris to talk to the press, talk to the press, talk to the press. And I don't understand why you guys want to lose so badly. You want to lose so bad. Donald Trump himself has now joined the fray. Now he's calling Kamala out for not talking to the press. And I'm going to break down exactly why the left is falling for the most ridiculous, play in the book. But let's see what Donnie had to say, right? Donnie says, when is comrade Kamala Harris going to start answering questions? Because Donald Trump always tells the truth when he's asked questions. He never misdirects. He never misconstrues. He never lies. He never leads you astray. She's a radical left, no fracking Marxist, and the public needs to know what she stands for, which is poverty and failure for America. I would yell louder, but I don't want to disturb the peace. Kamala refuses to do interviews because she has no confidence in her own level of intelligence, and now wants to change the rules of the debate on ABC fake news. In case you guys didn't know, Donald Trump and his team want the mics to be off when, during, one person's talking, the other person's mic is muted, blah, blah. Kamala wants the mics to be on. I think she wants them to be on because she knows Trump is going to say some stupid shit if the mic is on. Trump, his team and them, I guess they want the mics to be off, and so Trump can't be automatically, rebutted or fact-checked. I think that's a big thing. They don't want fact checks. So Trump is getting on her ass for not talking to the media, and let me tell y'all something about this media stuff. We cannot afford to lose right now. Donald Trump knows one thing to be true that all of y'all have seemed to just forgotten, right? Donald Trump can say anything. He can say anything and retain his base. The man has disrespected the Medal of Honor. The man has questioned the race of Kamala Harris and tried to pressure her to identify as one or the other. Donald Trump has sat there and said some of the most egregious things possible. Donald Trump tried to overturn an election and is still able to run for the office of the president, and you guys are still treating this election like it's normal. Frankly, I don't care if Kamala Harris doesn't talk to the media. And it says a lot about the media that you guys are so greedy and selfish. You care more about lining your own pockets and getting that Kamala interview than you do about securing the victory, about winning. The problem right now is that Kamala Harris is actually treated like an adult, unlike Donald Trump. Donald Trump can say anything, and it's been basically a decade of foolishness from him. So now we're just like, oh, Trump said this, oh, Trump said that. You guys care because you guys you're the adults in the room. But MAGA, they don't care. Undecided voters, they've gotten used to Trump's foolishness. They've gotten used to it. If Kamala says one thing wrong, the media takes it and blows it out. I know it's going to happen. I know it will. Because Kamala Harris, her record's clean. She's professional. She has a long record of being a professional. She conducts herself like the adult in the room. If she says one little thing that's wrong, the media will hype it all the way up. Meanwhile, an individual who should never even look at the White House ever again is able to say any and everything, and just no one cares. We cannot afford to even seem like we're trying to mar the image of Kamala. And a lot of people are going to say, well, this is ridiculous. We're going to be acting like MAGA, so we're never going to question our leadership. Are you stupid? This nigga Trump tried to steal an election, and his base, which is 25% of the country, lives in an alternate reality with Trump. There are governors, secretaries of states, attorney generals in multiple states all over the country ready to decertify your vote and steal an election from you. There is a Supreme Court who rule that Trump's actions leading up to and on January 6th are within the realm of presidential immunity. You are currently in a fight for the existence of this country and for democracy, and y'all are worried about Kamala. That's y'all. You worried about interviews from Kamala. She was in the Biden administration. Y'all already know what we getting. Now, after we win, I want some, I want more transparency from Kamala. But right now, I don't want the media trying to, play gotcha with Kamala, because that's what they're going to do. The reality is, the media cares about itself. They want clicks, they want views, they want algorithm engagement. That's what they want. They want the Kamala interview, and they're willing to risk effing up the election for Kamala if it means making money. And I hate to say this, but it's true. Trump winning means unbelievable ratings for the media, because if you think Trump was a demon last cycle, bro, Trump is going to make a lot of people millionaires. A lot of folk who have made a good amount of money off this Biden term are going to be swimming in money with a Trump term. They're going to be swimming in money in a Trump term. I'm telling you, a Trump presidency spells extreme amounts of wealth for a lot of people who make both liberal and conservative media. I saw Bill Maher calling out Kamala for this, and Quentin Tarantino spelled it out perfectly. Right now, we need to win. We cannot afford to be having mishaps and mess ups and confusion and the media trying to take a little thing from Kamala and blowing it out of proportion while Trump is on his 1000th slander of just everything good in this world. And we're all just like, well, that's Trump.
The bigger issue is the left and their ability or their desire to engage with anyone who's not already in the bubble. And they get a big fat D- on that.
I couldn't agree more.
Right. I mean, you see Kamala. I mean, I'm glad she's doing well. I'm glad we have a real fight now for president. But doesn't talk to the press. Would never go near me. And I'm, when you won't go near the people who are going to vote for you.
Yeah.
I'm going to vote for you. Do I have to love everything? No, I don't. It just shows they're afraid. And you're right. I see it so much.
Well, hold on. I don't. Okay, you know what? I don't see her. Well, there's no reason for her to go on your show before the election, but I can actually see her.
Yes, there is. Because I speak to the exact voter she needs, the person who is in the middle, the person who is not ideologically captured by either side. Now, there are some who watch who are that, and everyone is welcome. I need a bigger audience all the time. I'm greedy that way. But basically, that's exactly the audience she needs. The MSNBC crowd is already voting for her. People who watch me, who will decide, this election will probably be decided in like 4 states by something like 80,000 votes in each. That's how these elections, how close they are these days. And that's where we're back to. We're at least back to normal, which sucked, but it is normal that it's 50-50 going into the election. With Biden, it wouldn't have been.
Let me ask you about this, though. Okay, look. There's nothing you said that isn't right. All right. And there's definitely nothing you said that isn't right in a normal election cycle. I mean, it's irrefutably right in a normal election cycle where you have a year to set your case. I think there's just all about winning the fucking election, all right? And then the easiest path to winning the election, look, you can talk about maybe she should have had more guts about this or that and the other, but we're the fucking president.
Right.
And Trump's not the president, and we're the fucking president, and now it's going to be about this. But this is about fucking winning. What most people don't give the Democrats enough credit for, all right, but we give the Republicans credit for. It's like, no, sometimes it's just about fucking winning. And it doesn't matter how we look at this moment. It's about fucking winning.
Right.
This is about fucking winning.
Yep. No, it is.
And that's what I've been saying. We need to effing win. I don't want to curse, but We need to win. We don't have time for this. We don't have time for trying to appear perfect. We don't have time for trying to appear like like some kind of like fictional candidate where everything is perfect all the time. No, we cannot afford that right now. We are running up against an imperfect, criminal, treacherous presidential candidate, Donald Trump, who can say and do anything and get away with it. The Supreme Court has enabled Trump's coup against the United States. We have people in public service all over the country ready to steal your vote from you and give it to Dump. Y'all don't realize what time it is? And y'all worried about Kamala doing interviews with the public? What, so y'all can sit there and try to press her? Because we all know how this works. Liberal media, unlike Republican media, is actually going to press their candidate. Hey, what about this? What about that? What about this? What about that? We don't give them more ammo now. Did y'all forget what happened a month ago when someone tried to end Donald Trump? Did you forget the momentum he had, the picture he had, all of that? Y'all want to give momentum back to Trump when it seemed like we were done a month ago? Y'all want to give the momentum back to Trump? Think, be strategic. Securing the existence of the United States and democracy is more important than lining the pockets of the media. I'm not going to sit here and say the media is the enemy of the people, but sometimes the media can get in the people's way. Sometimes people in media need to realize your pockets being lined is less important than the United States surviving. That's more important to me. Democracy is more important to me, and there's no denying, absolutely no denying, that the media has made the mistake of highlighting the wrong things. Donald Trump is an election thief. And despite that fact, the media was all bent out of shape about Joe Biden's age. Oh my God, Joe Biden's age, Joe Biden's debate performance. CNN barely ever talks about J6 anymore. CNN barely ever covers J6 anymore. J6 is only recently now becoming a topic of conversation again, thanks to people like Destiny. Not trying to glaze the nigga, but I'm just being real. If he didn't crash out on Piers Morgan's show, I don't know if we'd be talking about this again. The media sat there and failed the American people. They highlighted Biden's age. They highlighted Biden's weakness on the debate stage, but no one spoke about the fact that Donald Trump lied his way through the entire debate. There was no fact checker, even though CNN knows better than anyone how much Donald Trump lies. And yet, despite the lies, the misrepresentation, the attempt at stealing an election, the open plot to steal another one, despite all of that, the media has shown itself to treat both sides as though they're the same. They're not the same. And until Democrats, both media and just normal, average, everyday voters, are willing to get in actual cutthroat mode and ready to win, we could possibly fucking lose. Y'all aren't ready to, y'all ain't suited and booted up. Y'all ain't ready to show up and pop out for real. Talking about Kamala ain't doing enough interviews with the press. I saw Cenk Uygur talk about this, and I'm sorry, but we can't have this going on. I saw Cenk say this. Cenk said, I understood why Kamala Harris wasn't doing interviews before. She was getting her policy proposals hammered out behind the scenes before the convention. But now there are no more excuses. She needs to do interviews, a lot of them. We're picking a president here. It's important. You're not just picking a president here. I understand what Cenk is trying to say, but we are not just picking a president here. We're also stopping the end of democracy here. There are bigger things at play than knowing everything Kamala wants to do. The reality is Kamala is a conventional classical liberal. She is an establishment Democrat. We can basically guess what she's going to do. She's not AOC. She's not a member of the squad. She's a conventional classical Democrat. She's of the Biden cloth, the Pelosi cloth. That is the cloth Kamala Harris comes from. We know what type of timing she's on, generally speaking. We know what type of timing she's on. The problem with the media is y'all treat Joe Biden and Trump the same. And as a result, I'm concerned about how you're going to treat Kamala Harris and Trump, because these two ain't the same. One is someone who worked her way to the top. The other had it handed to him. One is an individual who respects and honors the Constitution. The other is one who wanted to terminate it. One is an individual who protects the rights of those that are downtrodden. The other is literally plotting and conspiring with Project 2025 to take your rights away. And we're treating the two like they're the same. The problem is, I know what y'all gonna do. Kamala makes one mistake, and y'all finna treat it as though it's equal to everything Trump has done in the last 9 years. It's true. I don't trust the media anymore with Kamala. I don't trust y'all with Democratic politicians. I just don't. I don't. The only person who's actually like really honing in on J6 is a liberal streamer on YouTube. What is happening to this country? The only person who's constant, y'all hammered down Russian collusion more than y'all did January 6th. It's sad, but it's what we dealing with. So as it pertains to people talking about Kamala needs to do more interviews, no, she really doesn't. She really doesn't. Cenk says she needs to do a lot of them. No, she doesn't. Like maybe 1 or 2. That's all y'all deserve, frankly. And that's not an insult to like Cenk or Bill Maher, but that's all the media deserves. And I'm part of the media too. Shit, I would love a Kamala interview. But I realize and understand that right now is not the time to be trying to nitpick into Kamala Harris. Now is the time to almost on some level suit up and boot up like MAGA. We know we're on the right side of history. We know we're going to hold her feet to the fire when she is the president. We know we're going to actually treat her like the adult in the room. But right now, we're going up against a force that is not only convinced the last election was stolen, but the leadership of that force knows the election wasn't stolen, but plans to steal the next one like they tried to steal the last. We don't have time for trying to treat this election fair and square right now. We need to be ready to win. Optics right now comes second. Victory comes first. The cool thing is, we're not insurrectionists. We're not trying to take rights away from LGBTQ people and women and minorities and religious minorities. We're not trying to do that. We don't have to y'all gotta, it's time to get a little bit of, we need to get a little bit, cutthroat here, okay? Like, we need to be ready to win. Y'all ain't ready to win. Y'all trying to be perfect and shit. Stop. So as far as I'm concerned, Kamala don't gotta do a single fucking interview. I don't care if she does one or not. Frankly, I don't care. This is not a normal election, and y'all keep treating it like it is. It's not. Y'all are more concerned about you than the rest of us. Stop. Kamala don't need to do no motherfucking interview with Bill Maher. She need to stay on that campaign. She needs to keep working with Kamala HQ and them to keep making fun of Trump. Vibes right now are more important than trying to appear as professional as possible and trying to interact with all the media. We need to be playing real chess here. Because Donald Trump knows better than anyone that he can say anything and get away with it. That's why he's trying to, she won't talk to the media. She won't talk to the media. Exactly. Every time you talk to the media, you say insane shit. You say insanity. And half of the country has become conditioned to think it's normal. And the other half has become just, is drunk off of it. One half is just like, oh, that's Trump. The other half just loves everything he says. We don't have time for this right now. So I say Kamala doesn't need to do shit. I say she doesn't have to do shit. She's been the vice president for 4 years. You know what cloth of Democrat she comes from. You know what type of timing she's on. We've all, heard her speech at the DNC. We know, generally speaking, what her policy is. I don't know why y'all are acting brand new because she don't talk to the media. I'm the media, kinda. But even I understand the importance of winning and securing the rights of the American people over getting a Kamala interview. So that's just my take. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section below. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm out.